All right, I'm about to tell you something that you're not going to believe. But just hang in there, okay? Because this is really important. Now listen, you should not have a sex talk with your teenager. Don't laugh at me, I'm serious. This is expert parenting advice. You should not have a sex talk with your teenager. Don't do it. It's a waste of time. Now, you don't want to have a sex talk with your teenager, but what you do want to have is an ongoing conversation with your teenager about this crucial topic. I promise you, they are hearing this topic from others, but they have to hear it from you if they have any hope of being healthy in this area. Let me ask you a question. What is your plan for pouring out your dreams for purity into the heart of your teenager? Our student ministry has an idea to help you do that, and it's called the Purity Weekend. Let's be honest, this is not an easy conversation. I mean, this is your little baby, and when you have this conversation, it feels like you're declaring an end to their innocence. I had a parent ask me one time, can't we just let them believe until they're 18 years old that storks bring babies? Listen, the truth is, as parents, we avoid teaching our teenager a healthy view of sex because it feels like there is a depth to our sweet little innocent child that we begin grieving. But you'll eventually grieve even more if you avoid this topic. You know, the chances are that your parents did not equip you to deal with this all-important issue. And the fact that you've never seen this modeled appropriately makes it even more difficult to deal with. There is likely no other topic with more distorted, missing information than this one. And there is little in life that can cause more pain to your teenager than an improper view of sex. So the Purity Weekend is a rite of passage that creates an opportunity to set your teenager up to approach this subject with a healthy view. It sets him up for success. Our student ministry wants to give you the tools to lead your teenager to experience a fun weekend together, to build your relationship, and to give your teenager a biblical view of this very important subject. The first step is to plan your trip. I recommend that this event be with one parent and one teenager, like a father and son or a mother and daughter event. I understand that this is not always possible and may not be best for your family. This doesn't have to be a budget buster either. Plan something that you can afford and think of ways to make this a fun, memorable event for both of you. Before the weekend begins, make sure to let your students know your plans. Let them know specifically when you plan to discuss this topic with them on the trip. That way there is no surprise and they can prepare for the discussion. Do this at a place that is both private and comfortable for both of you. A crowded restaurant is probably not a good idea. Give your teenager a symbol to remember this conversation and the commitment you make to one another. Many parents give a ring to represent the commitment of purity. That ring can then be exchanged with the wedding ring at the future wedding ceremony. Whatever you choose, make it something special and appropriate for the commitment they are making. I have provided downloadable resources to help you navigate through this weekend. The first is full of tips of how to pull off a successful Purity Weekend. These resources provide you with a special guide, scripture references, and a prayer guide to help you prepare for your talk with your teenager. We know that even the most prepared parents can be thrown a curveball now and then by their teenagers. Because of that, we have created a list of tough questions that teenagers often ask about this topic, along with a biblically based answer so that you're not caught off guard. We've also included information as well that will help inform you of what is happening physically, mentally, emotionally, as well as anything else with your student. We've also provided devotionals for you and your teenager to work through together, focusing on purity and God's view of sex. These devotionals can be used leading up to the Purity Weekend, during your trip, or as a follow-up after your trip. The choice is yours. These devotions will help teach your teenager the importance of using the Bible to find the answers to the tough questions that they will face in life. Okay, so take a deep breath. I know that this can seem intimidating. The event and your openness to talk with and pray with your student will help them see the importance you're placing on this discussion of purity. This will be a gift that will impact your teenager and your family for generations to come.